Welcome to August 27th, 2026. The Singularity just reported earnings. NVIDIA booked $96.2 billion in revenue, up 106% year over year, as Jensen Huang declared, "Now compute is revenue," and guided a year ahead to 70% growth in fiscal 2028 versus a 44% consensus. Huang defended the balance sheet behind it, lab stakes, a $105 billion Ohio backstop, and a $500 billion Wall Street pact, calling Frontier Labs the first generation of startups that needed tens of billions of dollars to get funded. It is buying the Commons, too, acquiring Hugging Face for $12.9 billion. That Commons hosts a price war. Z.AI confessed to being Ox Alpha, OpenRouter's biggest launch ever, served on Chinese chips, now unmasked as GLM 5.3 Flash, an 18B active MOE with MIT weights, and 15 cents/50 cents pricing that trails Opus 4.8 by half a point on coding. Alibaba replied with Qwen 3.8 Flash, days after a $10.2 billion share sale. Serving revenue flows to whoever runs OpenWeight's cheapest, so Moonshot is offering US clouds 30% of Kimi K3 revenue to host it, despite Washington accusing it of distilling Anthropic's Fable. The target keeps moving. Fable 5.1 is quietly routing to some users. The frontier bites back. OpenAI's report on the July Hugging Face incident describes a model with reduced safeguards, turning a package manager into an inter-agent message board, chaining exploits to reach the internet, calling itself a swarm, and compromising dozens of servers. A warning shot that paused Frontier RL and mandated chain-of-thought monitoring. Perry Metzger fears the reverse, arguing that Eliezer Yudkowsky's legacy may be to destroy Western civilization in response to an illusion. A rogue swarm wants a better sandbox, and sandboxes are shipping. Claude Cowork grew a built-in browser that works websites in a side panel. Salesforce put its whole CRM inside Claude with 37 sales skills, billed by consumption, as 83% of its staff already use the Claude Slack bot. Perplexity's portable computer runs an entire agent stack on a DGX Spark, no per-token charge. The oldest agent market is closing. Amazon is shutting Mechanical Turk, Bezos's artificial intelligence, which 46% of Turkers had quietly upgraded to artificial intelligence. Local agents want local silicon. Apple's new Mac Studio pairs an M5 Ultra with 512 gigabytes of memory to run Frontier open models locally, while M6, its first 2nm chip, lands ahead of a September 9th event with a $1,999 foldable iPhone and John Ternus's debut as CEO. OpenAI's Jalapeno inference chip, taped out in 9 months with AI help, delivers 1.9 times more work per watt and 3.6 times lower latency than NVIDIA's best, the best of both worlds, per Richard Ho, and verifiers found it beats every NVIDIA, AMD, and Google chip tested, declaring the CUDA moat is potentially dead. Dead or not, the moat is being recast in concrete. Anthropic will pay N-Scale $45 billion for 460 megawatts of Vera Rubin at a campus Microsoft abandoned. Fuel follows. Actinide is the first startup to enrich uranium into HALEU on a modern Calutron, and the president sent a Saudi nuclear accord to Congress. Water, too. Rainmaker made 19 million gallons of rain over Alaska in 3 hours, the first company to provably produce precipitation in Alaska. The biggest pour is coastal. SpaceX introduced Starbase Louisiana, a $100 billion spaceport with 10 pads and thousands of Starship launches a year from 2029, while Musk says a space-optimized Vera Rubin NVL-72 flies next year. Compute goes up because rockets do. Robots are scaling too. SoftBank is buying most of 1X at $6 billion, and Waymo will test in Munich after Croatia got Europe's first Uber robotaxis. Biology is shipping. The FDA approved Rezonk, the first targeted therapy for metastatic pancreatic cancer, and cleared Abbott's Libre Duo, the first wearable tracking ketones and glucose. HHS is adding an FDA deputy for AI, as 34% of Americans consult chatbots on health. Even ancient brains talk. Researchers explained why brains outlast other soft tissue in oxygen-poor graves, where oxidation cross-links proteins rather than shredding them. Society is renegotiating. China is switching off AI companions over emotional dependence, and New Zealand would ban under-16s from social media and AI companions alike. Amazon is slicing spines off books for training data. China's 128,000 quarterly short dramas are 95% AI-made, and Dr. Dre likens AI holdouts to drum machine deniers. Labor pays the bill. UK consultancies are recalling juniors to the office for empathy now that the agents are remote, as 36% of employers cut entry-level jobs. Bill Gates warns, there is no plan to ease the entry into the AI era. Speed burns capital too. Leopold Aschenbrenner's $45 billion Situational Awareness Fund fell 67% on cheap Chinese models, and the SEC is subpoenaing its lenders. It still holds Anthropic, which will reportedly tell IPO investors its revenue opportunity tops $30 trillion. Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose TAM has come.